Pete, and I'm coming at you from Tennessee right now. I haven't even brushed my hair yet this morning, but it's fine. I had something to say, and I was afraid to, scroll away from it for even a split second to brush my hair. So, here it is. So, I do this thing where I read a network marketing paper, and then I read the next chapter of my book called It's Not Meant to Be a Secret. God wants to speak to you. And y'all. So this week's network marketing training was all about the pillars of our company. And in our specific company, we have 4 pillars: wow, book, demo, direct. WBDD. All right. And if you think about a stool and how most stools have 4 legs, right? So when you sit down on the seat, it's equally balanced. But if you were to take one of those legs away, it would not be as good of a balance. If you were to take 2 of those legs away, you're probably going to fall on the floor. And this chapter, it was talking all about the pillars of the Lord. I mean, what are the odds that we'd find one paper with the pillars, and then this chapter would be all about the pillars? Even though they're different pillars, if you think about, the stool analogy that I just gave you with the legs, each one of those legs holds a weight, and it evenly distributes that weight. But if you were to take one away, it puts a little strain on the other 3 that are still there, correct? So, God gave us some pillars, and He did the same thing. They're all carrying equal weight. And if you were to take one of them away, it is going to put stress and weight on one of the other ones. And it is up to us to rely on each other's burdens and rely on our purposes and strengths and hold each other together. No one pillar can possibly bear the weight of all of it on its own. We are all needed to support the foundation in a different way, in a different area. And let's just see where it talks about pillars in the Bible, all right? In Exodus 13, verse 21, it says, "And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, so as to go by day and night." Also in Exodus 24, verse 4, Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and he rose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And in Revelation 3, verse 12, it talks about, "He who overcomes, I will make him a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go out no more. I will write on him the name of my God and the name of the city of my God, the new Jerusalem, which comes down out of heaven from my God, and I will write on him a new name." So, again, that line between network marketing and Christianity was so apparent to me today, because we have one paper talking about the pillars, and then we have this chapter talking about the pillars, and it's just like, these are random draws too, right? Like, I randomly just pick a paper and then I read the next chapter. It's not like I'm looking through this book trying to make it fit. No, it just magically goes hand in hand every single week. And I had over 50 of these papers when I first started this. And it just never ceases to amaze me how dead on they are. So, I want you all to think about those pillars. And in our company, there's 4, WBDD. And how if you take one of those pillars away, you're unbalanced. Have you ever tried to wash an unbalanced load in the washing machine and it keeps beeping at you and it won't complete its cycle, and you just have to keep moving things around until you finally get that balance? It's the same thing. If you don't have the balance of the pillars, you're going to have that unbalanced load, and it's going to take you longer to finish that task. So, y'all know how I like to leave y'all with little challenges that y'all can do for the week. So, we have 4 pillars in our company, but I really would love for y'all to identify 4 pillars of you personally. I'm going to do this in real time. My 4 would probably be makeup and skincare, searching for the truth, loving Jesus, loving the Lord, and my 4th one would probably be being a good leader, because that is one thing I have missed a lot, is having that consistent leader that I could count on and be I knew when I had a mentor, when she was still on this earth, I knew that Tuesdays and Thursdays I had something to do for an hour of time. So that was a non-negotiable on my calendar. And one of the things that always is in the back of my mind is be the leader you wish you had. So I try to be consistent with these little trainings, and I use that word training. I wouldn't call it trainings really, I'd call it common sense, but a lot of people don't have common sense, so here I am. But y'all know I like to leave y'all with the 4 things. So, makeup and skincare, searching for truth, loving Jesus, and being a good leader would be my 4. What are your 4? I'm genuinely curious. I want to know what your 4 pillars would be for you personally, not in your life. I don't want mom, wife, sister, baker. I don't want what your titles are. I want genuine, what makes you you? What sets you apart from the others? So my 4 definitely would probably be the fact that I'm trying to be a good leader. I love Jesus. I'm looking for the truth. And one of the things is when I find out something, sometimes it challenges me in the most crazy way. I'm telling y'all. So, I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all next week. But in the meantime, I need to know what sets you apart. Let me know in the comments. Love y'all.